Look to the future, that's what we must do. We have the leader to lead us right through. We often look back on great memories, we say the future is ours and it starts here today. We are a million and more, we are strong. Serving the world is where we all belong. Calling all members, let's share what we know. More ladies among us will help us to grow. Reach out, we'll be there like we have from the start. At the end of each day, keep our song in your heart. No matter what country, no matter what divide. Sing with the line, sing out with pride. Lines will be there, always close by your side. We are like sailors, together we sail. Who knows how the wind blows, we're ready for gales. We meet troubled waters, sailing our boat. Captain and crew, they keep us afloat. Through social media, our flag is unfurled. Lines moving forward call out to the world. Friendships developed, Leo clubs too. Flexible changes, courage for new. Reach out, we'll be there like we have from the start. At the end of each day, keep our song in your heart. No matter what country, no matter what divide. Sing with the line, sing out with pride. Lines will be there, always close by your side. Guðrún will guide us, she's right at the top. Look to our leader, we know she won't stop. From the north lights of Iceland to the streets of LA, we'll give our support now, she'll show us the way. Reach out, we'll be there like we have from the start. At the end of each day, keep our song in your heart. No matter what country, no matter what divide. Sing with the line, sing out with pride. Lines will be there, always close by your side. Lines will be there, always close by your side. Sing with the lions, sing out strong. Sing with the lions, serve with a song. Sing with the lions, sing out strong. Sing with the lions, serve with a song. Sing with the lions, sing out strong.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's portion of the Leadership Series. presented by the New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club. My name is Leo Joshua Gorniak, and I will be your host for today's episode, titled New Voices. Now, as we all know, March is Women's History Month. Over the past couple of days, we have been able to reflect on the accomplishments of women, as well as of the difficulties which they overcame to make a mark in our society and the country as a whole. We have celebrated the women who broke past barriers and set new precedents in the process. Continuing with this theme, we will dedicate this episode to commemorating the women who made an impact within our very own organization. Joining us today are three guest speakers, all of whom have left a mark on the Leo Lions Club. Now, before we continue with our program, let's hear a message from our leadership chair, Leo Ojashitnis.
Thank you so much, Leo Joshua, and thank you so much to everyone who continues to join us week after week. Truly, we're honored here at the New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club to have the support of Leos and Lions from all over the world. It was very adventurous for us to start this program. It's hard to believe now, 20 weeks ago. We've been going for 20 weeks now, but we're so grateful to have the support of Lions and Leos from every corner of the globe. As today we commemorate the contributions and sacrifices of women more broadly, but also within our own association. We're calling this our week of firsts. We're going to be covering the first female president of Lions Club International, the first female director, and the first female member who eventually went on to be a past district governor. I don't want to take up too much of your time. We have a bit of a long episode today, but I'll leave you with this. That 1/3 of our membership with regard to Lions is female internationally. I think that that's something that we need to work on because we need to look like the communities that we serve. I think it's a continued thing that when we're talking about diversity, we want to be representative of those communities that we're working within. And women make up half of the population, but are only 1/3 of our membership. And that's something that we need to work on. I am so grateful that we're continuing to be joined week after week by so many great women leaders of our association, such as past National Director Jenny Ware from Michigan, past National Director Cindy Gregg from Pennsylvania, and many of the people you saw in the opening segment showing all the female directors of Lions Club International. So I think let's continue to lead with a vision. Let's continue to be more inclusive in our service. And without further ado, back to you, Joshua.
Thank you for the message. Now, one last reminder to our audience. Make sure to fill out the attendance form for today's episode in order to receive a certificate of proof for being here with us today. The link is on the bottom and will continue to appear throughout the broadcast. Now, without further ado, let's meet our first speaker of the day, Lion Guðrún Yngvadóttir. Hailing from Iceland, Miss Lion Yngvadóttir has had precedence for not only the Lions Club, where she is currently serving as the foundation's chairperson, but also in science, through her contributions to the biomedical field. Today, she joins us to recount her experiences within the organization. Just a moment, everyone. We are currently connecting the audio.
So while she gets connected, I think I'll attest, I think many of us can attest to Lion Guðrún's leadership. Last year, she served as foundation chair, and she's unprecedentedly, she's going to be serving as a foundation chair for 2 years. I think without further ado, let's let Guðrún.
Greetings, Leos and Lions. My name is Guðrún Yngvadóttir, and I join you from my home in Iceland as a proud Lion of nearly 30 years. I also join you as a chairperson of Lions Club International Foundation, or LCIF. But I would like to add, I'm a former Leo chairperson in my country and a mother of 2 former Leos. They are now Lions. Before we move on, I offer my sincerest hope that you, your friends and family are doing well and keeping safe. I'm grateful for the technology that has brought us together and that is keeping us, the world, connected. Indeed, COVID-19 has forced all of us to do and think in new and different ways. I have witnessed during the pandemic that Lions and Leos are creative and eager to find new ways to meet, learn, serve, and to have fun together. Your webinar series, Lead with a Vision, is a good example of what can be done with the help of the technology. While I generally don't mention that I was the first female international president of Lions Clubs and therefore the first woman to hold the title of LCAF chairperson, but today, as we celebrate International Women's Day, I feel it is appropriate to share it. International Women's Day is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. At the same time, when we celebrate, we raise awareness against bias and take action for equality. You may have seen the campaign theme of the International Women's Day 2021, Choose to Challenge. Raise your hands high to show you're in and that you commit to choose to challenge and call out inequality. You know, from challenge comes change. Young people like you are ready for change. UN Women also announced their theme for International Women's Day 2021. It is Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World. It celebrates the tremendous efforts by women and girls around the world in shaping a more equal future and recovery from the pandemic, and highlights the gaps that remain. Women are at the forefront of the battle against COVID-19 as healthcare workers, caregivers, innovators, community organizers, and as some of the most effective national leaders in combating the pandemic. Gender balance is important. United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 5 is gender equality. Gender equality is not only a fundamental human right, but a necessary foundation for a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. Sounds like lions. Women's effective participation and leadership in all areas of life drives progress for everyone. Yet, women are still underrepresented in public life and decision-making, as revealed in the UN Secretary General's recent report. Dear Leos, girls and boys, men and women, balance is better. We have a job to do. In Lions, women are the minority, with around 30% of the membership and less in the leadership. Leos are better balanced, probably around 50-50. We don't know exactly, but in some countries, the girls are the majority. You may have heard about New Voices Initiative, Lions. It's a program to promote gender parity and to celebrate the contribution of women in Lions. Better balance is a key to success. When we talk about balance, it can mean so many things, including generations balance. We talk about generation equality. All generations working together and making decisions together with mutual respect. That's why it is so important to involve Leos in all our Lions work and to get younger members to Lions clubs. We also need the balance of different cultures and different ideas. That's why we embrace diversity in Lions. We are stronger together, men and women, or boys and girls, young and old, people with different ideas, background, and experience. The diversity makes us stronger. My hope is that by offering a bit of insight into my personal and professional journeys, I will inspire you to deepen your commitment to your own progress. Progress like advancing your education, your career, growing your family, expanding your community service efforts. No matter where you are in life, you have the opportunity to create your own destiny, to show the world what you are made of, to represent young people, young women, young men, and minorities. And then I hope you will follow on the path of service you have started and draw on your personal growth to create meaningful change in the world. Though you know me in the context of Lionism, my life is rich because of lions and because of many personal and professional achievements. Hard work and tenacity have enabled me to overcome obstacles many young women and others often face. Yes, I've had plenty of good luck, which we can all use from time to time. But my life as a wife, mother of two, grandmother of six, and a biomedical scientist, and championing of continuous learning and leadership development is the result of determination, planning, and yes, overcoming some obstacles. Yes, there are obstacles for all of us. But remember, there are also opportunities. Let us focus on the opportunities. As a lion, which I've been since 1992, I was given a platform to continue my passion for serving underrepresented and often overlooked populations. Lions has fed my passion to create good in the world. Lions clubs and LCIF have also provided tremendous opportunity for leadership growth. I am immensely thankful for every opportunity provided by our wonderful association and foundation. New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club, thank you for organizing this wonderful webinar series and inviting me to be a part of it. I'm proud of you for being eager to enhance your leadership skills while standing up for what you believe in, and for continuing critical dialogue with members of your community. And thank you for bringing to the forefront the significant contributions, past and future, of women and minorities to service organizations. You lead by example. As the younger members of Lions Clubs International, you, Leos, embody the best qualities of our organization. You are devoted youth who realize the power of action. You are exactly what our world needs right now. Today, you come together with open minds and open hearts to learn from each other and to become even better humanitarians. I guess you all know that LEO is actually an acronym, and you know what LEO stands for: leadership, experience, and opportunity, of course. But I'll tell you, I once met a Leo club that told me what Leo meant for them. Listen carefully. Leo means to them, let's enjoy ourselves. This is great. Enjoying themselves while serving those in need and developing their leadership skills and getting the valuable experience for life. Enjoy being a Leo. Enjoy the company of each other. Enjoy the service and share the success stories. Fun, fellowship, and friendship is important. It's a key to a successful club. the membership experience and value. It is a strong foundation. Dear Leos, you have infinite possibilities to become strong leaders in your communities, New Jersey, the USA, and the world, showing true empathy and kindness, even in the most difficult moments. You also have limitless opportunity to broaden your minds, learn from others, and grow. Immersing yourself in experience unlike your own will help you understand and appreciate others' point of view. I hope you will forever be thirsty for knowledge and passionate about equity and diversity. You have already taken an important step in that direction by continuing to join these Lead the Vision webinars. And I suspect it's not your first step, and I'm sure it won't be your last. Empathy and kindness enable us to understand others. We are often told that empathy means to walk a mile in someone else's shoes, but it is so much more. It is taking time to listen without judgment or interruption. It is approaching tough conversations with thoughts and openness. It is seeking and embracing voices that do not sound like your own. It is being willing to learn and grow through our mistakes. Leos, you hold a very special place in my heart. You are the present, and you are the future of the Lions organization, our communities, and our world. Thank you for leading the way. I'm always so proud of your willingness to jump in when others need help, your eagerness to amplifying what is just, and the voices of those often marginalized, your commitment to push boundaries you feel are unfair. Once again, to the New Jersey Visionary Cyber Club. I say it again, New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club, of course. I offer my sincerest appreciation for inviting me to join you. As we all sit before our screens today, instead of beside our fellow Leos and friends, we are reminded that life has settled into a new normal. And thank you so much for tapping into your Leo spirit and remaining confident and committed in the face of injustice while the global pandemic. Our world has changed, making the need for all of you greater than ever. As you continue working to create a profound difference, please remember that LCIF provides Leo service grants of up to $5,000 US. Please take advantage of these grants and funds, which are made available so empathetic, kind, thoughtful, and dedicated leaders like you can expand your impact and pave our path forward. Leos, please know how very proud I am to serve alongside you as humanitarian. I wish you good health and much happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Lion Guðrún Yngvadóttir, for this message, for this inspiring message. As you said, diversity is our strength, and this is the message that we hope to convey not only today, but also as we continue to preach and discuss our diversity and our leadership. Now, let's continue on with our next guest speaker, who will be Lion Nilofar Bakhtiar, an esteemed Lions member in her own right. Lion Bakhtiar has pioneered the creation of many Lions districts and has also had the opportunity to serve as a director of the International Association of Lions Clubs. Lion Bakhtiar has also had the experience beyond the organization and has served as a member of the Senate of Pakistan from 2006 to 2021. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello friends, today I'm going to share the experience of my life as the first woman international director of LCI. The journey is full of experiences which are challenging but exciting. I started my career with LCI as a lioness. But I would like to share a little bit about my personal background, which will tell you why I joined the association. When I was a student in my country, Pakistan, I was fortunate to be able to study in your country. And when I finished and went back to Pakistan, I realized that these were two different worlds. Mine was full of sorrow and misery. Yours was all bright lights, sky-rise buildings, everything high-tech and advanced. I wanted to do something about the challenge of human rights, especially women's rights, child rights in my country. I wanted to serve the downtrodden people of my country. I started looking for a platform which would give me the opportunity and support to help the government and serve my people. And so I joined the Lions movement in Pakistan at a very young age, but as a lioness. I achieved all the top positions. I was a club president, district president, and multiple president of Lionesses. That was the time when Lions International decided that women could also become lions. This was a tough decision. Women all over the world reacted differently. In my country, some even went to the courts because they were very happy in their own sphere, working only with women. I was the head of the movement in Pakistan, and I decided to convert all the Lions clubs into Lions clubs. I was the first female to become a lion in Pakistan. I wanted to be a part of the decision making. I wanted to be at a place where the board of directors would look at men and women equally. And I think my decision was right. Because as I became a lion, within the next 4 years, I became the district governor. And a year after that, I became the council chairperson. And then, of course, the world was open to me, making me realize that on the board of directors, there was still no woman. It was all dominated by men. So I thought this was the time to take on this new challenge. And by the way, my friends, every time I achieved a milestone, it was after making a small sacrifice somewhere in my life. Sometimes it was the family, my time with my friends, my children, my parents, my professional career. But serving the education system, the healthcare system, reaching out in earthquakes and floods in Pakistan was a much bigger contentment than doing anything else in my life at that time. And I moved on. I did not look back. The challenge, the goal of becoming the first female international director was huge. It was an uphill task. Everybody thought I was asking for the moon. I had to go out to almost half of the globe asking for a vote. I traveled to various forums, conventions, and I was a little disappointed when I noticed that the countries that I hoped would support me the most, the modern world, the western part of the world, was not forthcoming. One, they wanted the first woman to be from their part of the world and not from a country like Pakistan. And second, they thought that my children were very small, and as a Muslim woman, I would not be able to mingle with the rest of the board members and give the time required by an international director. So to prove them all wrong, I had to struggle very, very hard. And finally, I achieved the target. And when I climbed up the stage during that convention in San Diego in 1999 as the first woman director of the world, I can't explain how I felt. And past President Rohit C. Mehta, God bless his soul, he's no more in the world, but will always be there in my heart. He was the one who walked down a few steps to take me up to the stage. And when I looked at the crowd of the convention, most of the ones who had supported me during the struggle were crying. And so was I. That was a very tough moment, but the most proud and exciting moment of my life. And I tell you, whatever I achieved after that, I rose to become a minister in my own country. I was a parliamentarian for 9 long years. I achieved many other milestones in my life. Everything, I would say, very firmly and with full belief, originates from my first experience as a lion. So you are very lucky to be associated with this association. Keep on going on till you reach your targets. Good luck, my friends.
Thank you, Lion Nilofar Bakhtiar, for this insightful and inspiring message. I am certain that your words and experiences have resonated within our audience, as they sure have within me. Now let's hand over the microphone to our third esteemed guest speaker, Lion Suzanne Henderson. Joining us from Texas, Lion Henderson holds the title of being the first female member of the Lions Club International, serving both the local community and the organization as a whole. Lion Henderson has exhibited her dedication to our cause and inspired many others to follow in her footsteps. Welcome, and thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us today.
Thank you, Lion Joshua. I appreciate the invitation to be with you today. Back in 1986, at age 43, I decided to make a career change. And I ran for election to be elected to a county-wide office here in Tarrant County, Texas. I was elected as county clerk in 1986. I took office in January 1987, had 150 employees. And one of my jobs is I provided clerks to 15 county courts. So one Tuesday, one of my judges came by and invited me to join him for lunch. he was going to Hotel Texas where the Lions Club met at noon every Tuesday. Well, I knew it was a male organization, and I thought, well, how nice of him to extend the courtesy. I'm delighted to go. So we went, had lunch, met a lot of his friends, about 125 men in the room. And it was a nice visit. I enjoyed it. The next week he came by my office and he said, Suzanne, come go to lunch with me again. This time bring your checkbook. I thought, well, I guess he wants me to buy lunch. Okay. I said, what am I going to do? And he said, when we arrive, the secretary is going to be at the meeting today, and he's going to bring an application. And we'd like you to fill out that application and put a check along with it. And we want you to be the first female to be a member, for sure in our club, hopefully the state of Texas, and maybe the world. But we've got to get it in today to get your name on the books. And so I did. And here we are in 2021 talking to you this morning as I'm still around and I'm still going strong. But I want to tell you, those 125 men were not all eager to have a woman in their club. It was a challenge. Some of them were rude to me. They were obnoxious. But, you know, I was determined because I had a higher purpose. I was there. I wanted to serve not only our community, but the state, my nation, and the world, which is why Lions International was so inviting to me to be a member of that wonderful organization. So I joined, and I was determined that I wanted my club members they didn't have to like me, but at least I wanted their respect. So I begged to serve on different committees. So we did fundraising that year. We worked projects. I worked really hard. And other women came along and became members. And so that first year, I received a plaque as Rookie of the Year. I was very proud of that because I felt I was on my way to accomplish my goals and to be able to serve alongside with the men and women in my community. So I went on, and I wanted to learn and grow as a Lion. So I attended district meetings, state meetings, USA Canada forums, Lions Club International conventions, which were exciting. I went to Hong Kong, my first convention. I went on to serve as a zone chair in my own district, director and eventually president of the Lions Oregon Eye Bank. And then I became district governor in 2014-15, which was quite an accomplishment, I thought. I want to say that becoming a Lion was the best decision I ever made in my whole life. It was a life-changing experience. But little did I know back in 1987 when I joined that it would impact my life. And I would benefit immensely from the association of being a Lion. I didn't know I was going to make lifelong friends, not only from my district, but my state and literally from around the world. It's been a fabulous experience. And to know that together we can do so much more. And that was what I wanted from the very beginning, was to be able to serve. And so being a Lion is just, it's a wonderful opportunity. And I applaud Otis and Joshua and all the Leos of the world. You're the next generation. Like she said earlier, you're today, you're now, but you're also the future. And it's exciting to me to see what you're doing and reaching out and embracing social media to reach out to other Leos around the world. And through the years, if I've learned anything at all, it's that I found the happiest people in the world are the people that give. It's not the takers, it's the people that give. And thousands of candles can be lit by one single candle. And the life of that candle will never be shortened. I want to say it's a great day to be a Lion. I'm proud to be here. Thank you again, the Leo Visionary Cyber Club, for giving me the opportunity to join you today.
Thank you once again for giving us your 2 cents on your experiences within the club, and thank you for taking time out of your schedule. And now I think it's time to give the floor to our audience members. So to anyone watching, if you have any questions for Lion Henderson, please type it in the comment section below, and hopefully she can answer your questions or anything that you may have.
I think while the chat gets loaded, because there is a little bit of delay between when we're talking and what the chat is, I think I know for certain that Lion Suzanne was a co-governor with my father. So I think this is a compulsory question. What was the highlight of your year as district governor in 2E2?
Oh, the highlight. It was to go out and visit the clubs and to actually see the clubs. And as you know, clubs, I guess worldwide, they don't always share their service and what all they're actually doing for their community. And that was an eye-opener for me to visit these clubs and to see what they were actually out there doing. They don't put everything on their service reports. They don't tell you everything they do when you have a district convention. And so it was an eye-opener, and it was a thrill to actually know that there's a lot more going on out in that community than I was aware of.
Well, that's great to hear. We're still waiting on our viewers to put in some questions or comments. Right now, we're getting lots of words of praise for you being here with us today. And I want to forward that as well. Thank you so much. I can't reiterate it enough. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
I think the chat, we are still waiting on a few responses. So everyone, please feel free to put your questions in there. But I think I also have another question. Can you give us some advice for what's like and how we can lead when we're not necessarily in the majority, when we feel that we're in the minority?
Never give up. Never give up. One person can make a difference. Just never give up. Just, be determined, set your goals, plan your work, and then work your plan.
That's quite true. I mean, like, whenever we feel down, whenever we encounter obstacles, it's always important to persevere past those obstacles, as there's always an end of a tunnel, per se. So I think that's a very inspiring.
Yeah. Don't ever just quit and say, well, I can't do it. No, there's another way to reach that goal.
After all, if you quit, you can never see the fruits of your labor. So that truly is important.
And this is interesting. Here we are today on social media being able to talk like this. And years ago, governors didn't even have a cell phone. And they'd be out making their club visits and they'd have to go to a payphone if they wanted to call home. It's amazing that how far we've come.
Yeah, it truly is.
And, and also we didn't have email. I mean, I can remember when we didn't have, we had to use snail mail to communicate. How in the world do those governors communicate with their clubs and LCI when all they had was snail mail to communicate with? I admire them even more now for the hard work they put in. And they persevered.
Especially that we can meet right now during the pandemic and have this thorough conversation. So But it appears we have no more questions. I don't know if it's a delay, but I think it's safe to say we can wrap up right now.
Joshua, we do actually have a question on the screen from Lion Greg.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. How did you get the naysayers in your club to accept you? That's a question.
I attribute that to my judge. I think he got his cronies together and he said, it's time for a woman and we need new membership. We need their enthusiasm. We need to accept women in this club if we're going to grow. And they just kind of shoved it through. And it didn't take long for other women to join after I did. But I will say that first hurdle was difficult to overcome. But somehow my judge did it. He was determined. He could just see the future. He had a vision, just like you do. He had a vision. And he was determined that we were going to do that. And together we made it work. And then I wanted to make him proud. I wanted to work really hard so that he would never be sorry that he worked so hard to bring me in. So I worked really hard to overcome that.
Well, thank you for the response. And of course, this question came from Gregory Pryor. So, yeah.
So, Lion Greg, you may recognize Lion
I do.
member of your
Yes,
Senior Leadership Institute class. as well as
Yeah.
our lead advisor also happens to be from that leadership class. I think that it's great to see that all of you guys stay connected after all of these
Oh,
years.
it's wonderful.
You guys graduated from SSLI in 2011, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so even all these years later, 10 years later, we're still doing the work as Lions.
Yes, and I remember meeting you when you were not very high, not very tall.
And yeah, that's something that we pride ourselves on as Lions, even after all these years. We are all connected by the our motto, which is "We serve." We all continue to do all the great work that we do year after year. So I'm just going to speak very briefly, then I'll turn it over to Josh to close this out. I know we've run a little bit over time this episode, but I think we had such a great session that I don't think anyone's complaining. I'd just like to briefly announce, firstly, our congratulations and our thanks for Lion Suzanne and Guðrún and Lion Nilofar for joining us. Some of them, this was a very odd hour, and I think that very gracious for all the support that they've given our club in this initiative, Lead with a Vision. I'd also like to announce next week's session, which is going to be on the future of service, talking about how we as Lions and Leo can continue to become the Amazon of service, as our guest will put it. And our guest is PID, Lion AP Singh from India. And I think it's going to be a very exciting session, and we hope that you'll join us then. So to Joshua, I'm going to go to close this out for today, and hopefully thank all of our guests.
Yep. Thank you, everyone, once again for joining us for this very detailed and inspiring conversation. Thank you to all of our guest speakers, including Lion Suzanne Henderson, who was able to join us live in person today. As Otis said, we can't wait to see you come to next week's session. And yeah, thank you, everyone. Have a great day, and hope you enjoy the rest of the day, weekend, and week that follows. Thank you.